Hi everyone, this is Sandy McManus with needsaribbon.com, and I'm coming to you live on Monday, September 10th, 2018, with Let's Make Something. And in this case today I want to talk about Halloween. I realize it's only September 10th, but now is the time you need to start planning. See, I'm stumbling over my words because I haven't done a live in so long because, well, maybe I should talk about that. We got my son moved to college. We had state fair. We had a whole bunch of other stuff. And the light just went off in my office again. Oh, there it goes. We had a lot, family life, college life, and just kind of home life stuff kind of interrupted my schedule. So on that note, I actually recommend when you pop on to see me live to do the get notified when I go live button, which is like somewhere down in the lower right corner when you first see the live. And I highly recommend that. I do try and stick to my 5 o'clock on Mondays and Wednesdays schedule, but that's not to say that actually happens. That's still usually when I'll do them, but life happens like it has in the last 3 weeks. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there was a couple Mondays ago. I had, 5 appointments in 6, something like, I don't even remember. The day was just a snooze fest because it was so crazy. In one day, one got canceled. Yay. And, it was, and then Tuesday was kind of the same thing. And it just, life does happen. Like I said, I try and stick to a darn schedule. But it's not always easy. And just give me a wave or something so I know that you're watching. Be sure and share this video if you find it useful. But let's get started. So I wanted to talk today, like I said, be sure and get notified when I go live because, like I said, I stick to the Monday, Wednesday at 5 schedule. But if for some reason I'm not going to be live that day, sometimes I do forget. I am human. I do forget to post on my page that I won't be live that day. So that way you will get notified when I am going to be live. So, it all works out. Facebook is great and is a pain for many reasons, but it does have some great tools. So what I wanted to talk about today is in the holiday catalog, which if you're a customer of mine that's purchased in the last year and a half, you should have received your catalog by now. If you would like a catalog from me, be sure and either send me a private message or notify me in some way and I will get your information. We'll get connected and I will get you one if you don't have one. If you haven't seen this fantastic holiday, fall, winter, seasonal catalog. But I'm going to focus today on pages 48 through 51. Am I on? Yeah, there I'm on. For the Toil and Trouble suite, which is actually a lot of components. I am going to be demonstrating this in a couple weeks, in less than 2 weeks, at an extravaganza, which if you've gotten a Facebook event invite from me, great. Or if you've gotten an email, you should have gotten one or the other. If you haven't gotten one of those, then you need to somehow make sure that you are somehow a customer of mine so you can come to this great event. It is only open to my active customers. So with that in mind, page 48 to 51 of the catalog, the suite includes an awful lot of items. It's fantastic. It is the stamp set, Cauldron Bubble, that coordinates with the framelits. There's the Toil and Trouble Designer Series paper, which I have another pack that's gonna arrive tomorrow because I've used up a fair amount. We have the Witches page, and on the back side is some black cats. We have this adorable black Korean pumpkin, I believe it is, with the white bats, kind of watercolory looking bats on the other side. There's a whole page of this repeats down below, and as you can see, your framelit will cut out those two pieces. These are great strips for making things. And on the back we have this lovely neutral, oh phooey, granny apple green. It's kind of a watered down granny apple green and white dot paper. And we have these lovely adorable ghosts on one page, and then the gorgeous grape stripe, and I believe that's Highland Heather. So, and the ghosts, some of them are, as you can see, they got a little bit of purple in them. They're so cute. They need a friend. More of that. More of this. This paper is worth going over and seeing it often. We have the hats, which the framelit will cut out all the hats except the ones on the edge. And I'm sure there's a creative way to even like use the ones on the edge so you get the most bang for your buck. And these adorable frogs, which I love the frogs. The frogs are so stinking cute. And there is a stamp. The framelit does not cut out this frog. It's too little. But it would make a great backdrop to the frog that is in and the framelit that coordinates with that stamp. Moving on. These adorable, almost photoreal pumpkins, which you can fussy cut. We don't have a framelit for them, but they're pretty simple. They'd be pretty easy to fussy cut. Even I can handle that. And these adorable little brooms. You could use a section like this, or you could use them in a stripe. There's lots of ways you could use them. So there's that. They are too small to use the stamp and the framelit that coordinates with it. Have I got it all covered? Just making sure. Yes, I do. I covered all the paper. I'm not going to pull up my framelits right at this moment. Okay, so that's one component of the suite. I did not grab my black foil paper, but we have this beautiful black foil paper. And it's so shiny it almost makes like a mirror. We have some more Stampin' blends and light and dark version of the basic black and the Mango Melody. We have this organdy glitter ribbon, and even though it looks like it's, you know, you can use it either way, but the glitter really is mostly on the one side. But it doesn't, I mean, if you turned it, nobody's gonna, you know, they're not gonna be the wiser. So we have that in the suite. We have these guys. These little, there. And I'm not sure what they're made out of. I'm going to guess stainless steel. They feel like they're more substantial than aluminum. Oops. So we have these little, these little cute little spiders. We have the boxes, the baker's boxes, which are food safe. And this is just one page of this catalog. And these they go together very easy. Just because they're already scored. Food safe for your treats. Would fit a giant muffin, cupcake, piece of cake, fudge, candy, whatever your heart's desire. Caramel apple, maybe. So we have that. So that's everything on page 49. And of course I'm live at 5, so my cat has to chime in. We have the takeout treats. Stamp sets. And that has a coordinating framelit that makes a, and I'll show you in a moment, but it makes a tiny little takeout, like Chinese takeout food box with the tag, a heart, and a frog. Oh, and that's right. And there's other stuff on the other side. I always forget that. So, and that will cut out a layer for your takeout box. So we've got that. That's on page 50 of the holiday catalog. Here's my Calden framelits. We also have the Trick or Treat stamp set, which is just a stamp set, but dang, is it cute. So we have the dog, the elephant, the mummy cat, the Tweety bird, and some great sayings, and the tiny little plastic old-fashioned pumpkin treat box. Oh, that's so cute. That's on page 50. Page 51, we have the Spooky Sweets, which is the stamp set, and I'm off on this side looking. I put the punch away, but the punch, oh, that's the wrong stamp set. Burp. I grabbed the wrong one. Had the right one in my hand at one point. We have the Spooky Sweets stamp set. Spooky Sweets, Happy Halloween, no tricks, just treats. Great kind of spooky sky. Well, you could use that for a lot of things, but I think the idea is to make kind of that spooky looking sky, foggy sky. The moon punch in the main catalog, the annual catalog goes with that. We have a little star, which I'm sure some framelit somewhere cuts that out. If not, And then the bats, that coordinates with the stamp. And you need to, I believe, stamp the bats upside down. Matza! Cat's jumping on stuff. So that's it. Takes us to page 51. So on that note, I'm going to put aside my stuff. And hey, if anyone's joining me, or people... So I wanted to first show some cards that I've received in swaps that I'll give credit if I have credit to give. I did not make these. My upline Sue Lair made this one. And this is from the Spooky Sweets. And so she used our little scallop punch and the bats and that lovely Toil and Trouble cauldron paper. We have another one which also uses the bats out of the black foil paper. And I think that's Sue also, if I'm not mistaken. And the witch hat that cuts out of the DSP. Adorable. We have this one, which is by Linda Larson. And she stamped, let's coordinate the products. She stamped and colored in the witch. Almost looks like she watercolored in the witch and the broom and the cat and the ghost, and then used our, I think it's a Mary Label punch. I always forget the name of it. And then she took the little stamp here and stamped a ribbon of that on the background, and you can kind of see she used one of our dynamic folders to make waves in the background, to kind of those spooky waves. So thank you, Linda Larson. We have this one, which is by Jen Manwaran. Again, using that, the Toil and Trouble DSP, the little spider, the black organdy ribbon, and layering that up. And that's adorable. And I will be back crafting hopefully Wednesday. Here is another one. Sue Lair. She fussy cut out those witches, or somehow maybe she used a scan and cut. I'm not sure, but that is adorable. And used the corrugated dynamic folder that's also in this catalog in the Farmhouse Suite. It's the beginning of the catalog. And the organdy ribbon. Very cute. And this is Janelle's, I know. Pretty sure this is Janelle Heath swap. My little tags have fallen out. But she stamped on the green and the organdy. Very, very cute. You don't always have to color in your images. That's the thing. I think sometimes we all forget that. And this goes with the light bulb punch. And going back to page 51, the Spooky Treats. You can see the smoky background, and that goes with the light bulb punch. I don't have it. It's on a different page. And then the bats, no tricks, just treats. And that is by Leanne Furness. Very cute. I think this one is Beth. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is Beth Tutzloff. Did this one, and she cut these out of the DSP using the framelits. And we're back to page 49 now. And the spider web that's in the framelits, and piece the DSP, very, very cute, and used these black gemstone things, self-adhesive gemstones. And then the other sample, Halloween sample that I got by Sue Runge, all the way in Iowa. And she used multiple sets, and this is how it all coordinates. The trick or treat, and she did some fun stuff with the background. I'm not entirely sure. She looks like she texturized the background with the texturizing folder that was new in the annual catalog, and then maybe Wink Costello did, and that's almost what it looks like. And then the black foil bats from the Spooky Treats. So we've got the trick or treat dog and the Spooky Treats and the ribbon, and then the paper that's from on page 50 of the Toil and Trouble. And this all coordinates. And what's even better is the fence from the Farmhouse Suite, which I don't have handy. Also coordinates with all of this very well. They mentioned that on page 51, that this fence, and then they just kind of distressed it a little bit to put on that box. So I will give you a teaser of, my friend Jenny and I have made all the samples that are on these pages, believe it or not. So kind of bringing that catalog to life, and I'm only going to show you a few today. I will show you the Baker boxes. This is, and they have no treats in them yet. This is hold on. This is the Baker box on page 48. That one. We brought it to life. And that's taking a strip of that cat DSP that's in the Toil and Trouble and stamping the... Isn't that adorable? So that's one of them. Then the next one, we have this box. And you notice the boxes come white. You can take and with your re-inker and water or rubbing alcohol or a combination thereof. The rubbing alcohol dries quicker, but because it dries quicker, you have less play with it. So a little water and rubbing alcohol mixed together with the re-inker really is kind of the best of both worlds. I mean, if you need to work fast, just put in rubbing alcohol. But a little bit of water gives you a little bit more play, and a little bit more play where the you can move the water a little bit, or the colored ink. So we spritzed, actually Jenny spritzed, the box with Gorgeous Grape, much like in the sample. And then that was the stamped image that was then colored in. And that is Fussy Cut from the paper. And we have the little ghost and some accent things, and the cat and the spider. And we didn't put all the spider webs. That actually, the real sample has spider webs in every corner, but they're not difficult to attach, but we just thought it was busy enough as it is. So we eliminated some of the spider webs. So it's not an exact replica. And then the last box, which I think was both our favorites, is this one. And again, we spritzed this with the Granny Apple Green re-inker, and water rubbing alcohol. And there's the sample in the catalog. And then here is it actually come to life. 4 of the spider webs cut out of the black foil paper, the beautiful organdy speckly ribbon, a tag, and there's a lot of detail on this tag that until we started making this, didn't realize how much detail was actually involved. There's the silver thread that's run, some sequins. Looks a lot simpler. That's why it's so cool to bring these things to life and actually, you know, really like truly bring them to life, because until you start actually looking at the images, you don't see all the detail because they're flat. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. Just kind of a teaser of some of the spooky stuff coming up and some of the stuff I'll be sharing, because now is the time you should be placing your orders for the Halloween stuff. Absolutely, now is the time, because you have enough time to order them. Remember, it takes probably 5 to 7 business days to ship, depending on where you live around the world. And then by the time you get your stuff made and designed and all of that, you know, this truly is the time to start planning your Halloween stuff. And soon it'll be time to start planning Thanksgiving and then Christmas. Actually, we can start on Christmas now too. No harm in that. But I mean, really, if you're going to do Halloween, if you like to do treats or something, now is the time to get it going. So anyway, that's all. I was just going to bring to life a little bit of the Toil and Trouble Suite. I will probably share a little bit more coming up, and that's all I got. I thank you for hanging with me. Yeah, it's been a while. Be sure and do the get notified when I go live so you don't miss it, and subscribe too so you don't miss it live, because it is fun to be interactive and talk to you and respond and all that stuff. But thank you, and we will see you later.